Once you're done with your infographic, what we want to do is we want to post it on our website. So inside of Google Classroom, there's this assignment here, add infographic to website. I'll click there and click view assignment. What you want to do is you want to open this worksheet right here where it says your work. You'll see your name. You're going to click on that. And we have the instructions to add your infographic to your website right here. And then there's some additional tasks that you need to complete once you have added your infographic to your website. The instructions are here, but what I'll do is I'll demonstrate what you have to do. I'll go over to Canva, and here's my infographic. What I'm going to do is all the way up here in the upper right corner, I'll click Share, and we'll go down to this area where it says More, and I'll click those three dots. And right here, it says Embed. So I'll click Embed. I'll click Embed again, and I'll click Copy. The first embed code, I'm going to copy that, and then I'll go to Google Sites. Now, if you don't know how to get to Google Sites, on this worksheet, there is a link right by H. You click there, and you'll get to Google Sites. If you have not ever made a Google site, or you can't find your Google site, then you'll click right here where it says Here, and this will create a new Google site for you. But for those of you that already have a Google site, you're going to click here and make sure you're logged into your Google Sites, and you'll click on your website. So here's my site, and on your student work page, you will post your infographic. If this is your first site and you're just creating it, don't worry about creating a student work page. You can just post this on the home page. To do this, I'll go back over here to where it says Insert. There's a couple of ways that you can do this, but the easiest way is to choose this first content block. And what you have is you have this area for adding text. You have this area right here for adding text. And you have this little placeholder, which is where we're going to put our infographic. If I click on the placeholder, I'll click the plus sign. There's no option to embed anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the placeholder by clicking on it. Click the trash can. Now it's gone. Now in this area, I'll double click. I'll click embed, and then I'll click embed code. And now I will embed my infographic right there. I see it and I click insert. Now there's my infographic. I can resize this to make this a little bit bigger. It's not necessary that the whole infographic is seen, because if we click on preview, we can scroll down and you see that we can scroll through this infographic. I'm going to go back out of preview mode. Let's go back over to the worksheet because there are some other additional tasks that need to be done. It says add a heading. The heading may be the globalization infographic, the title of your infographic, just globalization, or something else that you want to name as your heading. So I'll go back over. I'll put my heading here, and my heading is going to be just globalization infographic. Want that all to be on one line, so I'm just going to expand that a little bit. What I'll do is I'll make my infographic a little bit smaller so that fits on one line. I could also make this text a little bit smaller. Let's go back over to the worksheet. Now we have 4 questions. It says respond to each of the following prompts in an essay or in a bulleted list on the website. The first question is name and explain one thing that started globalization. So I'm back over at my website where my infographic is posted, and I'll name and explain one thing that started globalization. I'll make this a bulleted list, but this could be a paragraph or a bulleted list. One thing that started globalization was the technological advancements in communication equipment. The ability to communicate with people in different parts of the world quickly makes it easier to connect with people around the world. Examples would include computers, email, and smartphones. Let's go back over. Second question is, why is an understanding of globalization important? Make a reference to 2 or more features from your infographic. An understanding of globalization is important because it helps individuals, businesses, and governments make informed decisions about how to navigate and participate in the global economy. An example would be countries are more reliant on each other for trade, investment, and other economic activities. Another example is and understanding of globalization can help individuals appreciate and understand different cultures, which can promote tolerance and diversity. Let's go back to the third question. How has technology influenced globalization? This can be any technology device such as smartphones, air or sea travel, the internet, and more. Communication technology. Advances in communication technology have made it easier and faster to communicate across borders. The widespread use of the internet and social media platforms such as Facebook and Twitter has enabled people to connect with each other from anywhere in the world. This has facilitated the exchange of ideas, information, and knowledge, which has contributed to increased globalization. Let's go to the last question. Explain why globalization is good, bad, or you are neutral overall in 3 or more sentences. So why is globalization good, bad, or are you neutral? All right, so I have the answer to the last question here. In 3 or more sentences, globalization has brought many benefits to individuals, businesses, and countries around the world. Here are some reasons why globalization is good. Economic growth. Globalization has led to increased economic growth and prosperity, particularly in developing countries. Increased trade, investment, and economic integration have created new opportunities for businesses and led to the creation of new jobs, which has helped to reduce poverty and improve living standards. Innovation. Globalization has facilitated the exchange of ideas, knowledge, and technology across borders, which has led to increased innovation and productivity. Cultural exchange. Globalization has facilitated the exchange of ideas, values, and traditions across borders, which has led to greater cultural exchange and understanding. Access to goods and services. Globalization has led to greater access to goods and services from around the world. This has enabled individuals to enjoy a wider range of products and services at lower prices, which has improved their quality of life. So you see here, this is how you should add your infographic to your website. You should have your infographic, you should have a heading, and you should have a response to those 4 questions. Understand that my response to those 4 questions is very detailed. I don't expect you to write nearly as much, but you should make sure you completely answer the question. Once you're done, you're going to publish your website. You'll click publish. If you have already published your website, your page will look something like this. You'll click publish. It will be published. What you'll do next is up here on the menu board, next to the share icon and in between the preview icon, you'll click the copy publish site link. You'll click on that. You'll copy that, and then you'll go back over to this worksheet. Make sure on this checklist you type in done or completed, or you can just put an X. So either an X or done is acceptable. And then you'll go back to Google Classroom. There is another worksheet, student website URL. You'll click here. You'll find your name, and where your name is, you will paste that link there so that I am able to view your website. If you have any questions, send me an email or a comment in Google Classroom.